What if the secret to creating multiple streams of income isn't about juggling a dozen side hustles or chasing endless opportunities, but mastering one timeless principle Earl Nightingale quietly taught? A principle so simple, yet so powerful, it can multiply your wealth faster than most modern get-rich tactics ever could. Earl believed that true wealth wasn't built from effort alone. It was built from design. He once said, "You don't get rich by doing more things, you get rich by doing things the right way." And today, we're uncovering the hidden framework he used to build multiple income streams without overwhelm, confusion, or chaos. I'm Walt, and what you're about to hear may completely shift the way you think about making money. Because this principle doesn't start with business. It starts with thought. Nightingale discovered that every person who built sustainable wealth shared one common ability. They understood how to multiply value, not just effort. But what does that mean exactly? Let's open that loop. Earl explained that most people chase money horizontally. They move from job to job, project to project, thinking more hours equals more income. But wealthy individuals think vertically. They build systems that expand upward, where each layer of effort compounds, creating new income streams that work even while they rest. Now here's where the hidden principle comes in. Earl called it the law of creative expansion. It's the idea that once you master creating value in one area, that value naturally branches into others. For example, a teacher who perfects a unique method of learning can later write a book, build an online course, or consult schools. One core strength, multiple streams of income. Let's pause on that for a second, because this is where most people make their biggest mistake. They try to start multiple income streams at once. Earl warned against this. He said it's like planting 10 seeds and watering none. His advice was simple. Plant one seed deeply. Nurture it until it grows strong roots. Then, from that tree, plant others. So the real path to multiple income streams isn't starting big, it's starting focused. The wealthy don't diversify immediately. They expand naturally. Think about it. Warren Buffett didn't begin with dozens of investments. He mastered understanding value first. Then, that mastery created infinite branches of opportunity. The same applies to creators, entrepreneurs, and professionals alike. Your first stream isn't your end game, it's your foundation. But here's where Nightingale's wisdom gets even more interesting. He observed that each person's main source of income carries hidden potential for at least 3 additional revenue streams, if you know how to look for them. Let's take an example. Imagine someone who's a freelance designer. Instead of just offering design services, they could create templates for passive income, build a design course, or mentor other freelancers. The same skill multiplied threefold. Nightingale called this compounding creativity. When you stop seeing your work as a single source of money and start seeing it as an asset that can replicate itself, wealth stops being linear. It becomes exponential. But how do you uncover these hidden branches for yourself? Earl offered a practical method, one most people overlook. He suggested sitting quietly for 30 minutes each day, thinking deliberately about how your current skills, knowledge, or experience could serve more people. He called this the half-hour miracle. Why? Because in that silence, your mind naturally starts generating ideas your busy schedule drowns out. And he was right. Psychology confirms that creative insight thrives in calm reflection, not chaos. Now imagine what would happen if you practiced that daily. If every morning you dedicated 30 minutes to creative thought instead of scrolling your phone. Within weeks, you'd start noticing new possibilities around you. a collaboration, a digital product, a service extension. And those ideas aren't random. They're the seeds of new income streams sprouting from your existing value. But before we move forward, there's one critical warning Earl gave, and it's the reason most people never achieve multiple streams of income. He said, "Never confuse motion with progress." Many people believe they're building wealth because they're constantly busy. But busyness without direction creates exhaustion, not prosperity. That's why the law of creative expansion only works when combined with clarity. You must know exactly what your first stream represents, what problem you solve, who you serve, and how you provide value. Once that's clear, the expansion happens almost automatically. Here's the twist that makes this principle so revolutionary. You don't chase income streams, you let them evolve. Each stream should feel like an extension of your first success, not a desperate detour from it. So let me ask you this. What's the one area of your life or career where you already create genuine value? That's your foundation. That's where the first stream begins. Stay tuned, because in the next part, I'll break down Earl Nightingale's 3-step process for turning one income source into multiple thriving streams without burning out, overworking, or starting from scratch. And once you understand this formula, you'll never look at earning money the same way again. Earl Nightingale's 3-step process for building multiple income streams isn't about luck, opportunity, or being in the right place at the right time. It's about design, discipline, and deliberate thinking. And the first step might surprise you, because it's not about money at all. It's about focus. Earl said, "You become what you think about most of the time. That means your income will never grow beyond your dominant thoughts." So, step 1 is to shift your daily focus from earning to creating. Instead of asking, "How can I make more money?" start asking, "How can I create more value for more people?" That single mental shift transforms your entire financial future. Here's why. When you focus on value creation, your mind automatically starts identifying ways to multiply that value. New audiences, new formats, new systems. For example, a financial coach who helps one-on-one clients could turn their private lessons into a group workshop, then into an online course, then into a podcast. Same message, wider reach, exponential income. But here's where the second step comes in. Earl called it the expansion of service. Once you find one thing that works, most people stop there. They build one income source and then guard it out of fear. But Earl's advice was the opposite. Once something succeeds, find ways to serve more people with the same idea. He said, "Your rewards will always be in direct proportion to your service." That means your wealth is not tied to time, it's tied to scale. The more people your work helps, the more income naturally flows toward you. And in today's world, this principle is more powerful than ever. You can use technology, content, or automation to reach thousands instead of dozens. Now you might be wondering, how do you identify the right areas to expand without stretching yourself too thin? Earl had a method for that too. He believed every successful person should spend time each week in what he called constructive isolation. Just 30 minutes of quiet, undistracted thought devoted solely to this question. How can I do what I do, but better, bigger, or differently? That's how he generated breakthroughs that led to multiple income sources from the same foundation. In that silence, he developed his radio programs, books, and seminars, stemming from one central purpose: teaching people how to think. So, step 1, think in terms of value. Step 2, expand your service. And step 3, create what Earl called automatic channels of income. This was his secret weapon. He believed your first stream of income should fund your second. In other words, the surplus from one successful venture should flow into another that doesn't depend on your daily effort. For him, it meant turning speeches into audio programs, then into books, and finally into residual royalties. For you, it could mean transforming your active income, your job, your business, your craft, into passive streams like digital products, investments, or intellectual property. The key is leverage. If you can find a way to make your effort work for you, even once you stop working, you've entered the world of compounded income. But here's the twist most people never realize. Earl warned that diversification is only powerful after mastery. He said, "You can't multiply zero." That means before creating additional streams, you must have one strong flow to multiply. Otherwise, you're just dividing your attention among weaknesses. Now let's make this practical. Think of your main skill, business, or career path as a single river. Your goal isn't to start 10 new rivers, it's to build canals that branch off that river, each carrying water to new lands. The more skillfully you design those canals, the more wealth you create without drying up your main source. Earl often referenced one of his favorite metaphors. A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. Your primary stream doesn't weaken by creating more, it grows brighter and stronger. But what about the fear of risk? Nightingale addressed that directly. He said risk is only fear in disguise, and fear vanishes in the face of preparation. That's why every one of his teachings tied back to self-education. He believed every new income stream should be built on knowledge, not guesswork. The opposite of risk, he said, is understanding. So before you dive into new ventures, commit to mastering them on paper first. Study them, model the people who've already succeeded, and use information as your insurance policy. Because Earl didn't believe in blind risk, he believed in intelligent expansion. Now let's open one final loop, the mindset that ties all of this together. Nightingale's students often asked him, "When do I know I'm ready to start building multiple income streams?" And his answer was profound. You're ready when you stop chasing money and start managing ideas. Think about that. Every dollar you earn originates from an idea, something you or someone else imagined and made real. The more ideas you generate and refine, the more streams you create. So let's recap Earl Nightingale's hidden principle. First, focus on creating value, not chasing income. Second, expand your service to reach more people with the same core strength. Third, design automatic income channels that grow from your first success. And finally, protect your greatest asset, your mind. Because once your thinking becomes organized around creating and multiplying value, multiple income streams aren't something you chase. They're something you inevitably build. So here's your challenge. Take 30 minutes today, no distractions, no noise, and ask yourself 3 questions. What value do I create best? How can I serve more people with it? And how can I make it work for me automatically? Answer those 3 questions, and you'll be walking the very path Earl Nightingale used to build a life of freedom, wealth, and lasting impact. Because wealth doesn't come from doing more. It comes from thinking better.